Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. May we please invite the panelists for Sangita in Sāstras panel. Dr. R.S. Nandakumar is a natural musician. He is a fourth generation musician in the parampara of Saint Tyagaraja. Great grandson of the great Ramalingayya, grandson of musician couple Ramayya Varalakshmi, son and disciple of Padma Shri awardee Mahamahopadhyaya Dr. R. Satyanarayana. His paternal uncles include vocalists, composers, veena players, and so many of national stature. Dr. R.S. Nandakumar is unique in India in resurrecting and reviving the beautiful and ancient wealth of song heritage of Indian music of more than 1,000 years ago. He presents them in attractive contemporary settings on modern platforms. His repertoire of contemporary music composers of Carnatic music is extensive, and he has received traditional value-based training from his guru. He is a senior research fellow of the Ministry of Culture, Government of India, New Delhi, to do research on ancient prabandhas, Ela prabandhas of Indian music and contemporizing them. His D.Litt thesis, Shri Padaraya, a musicological studies, submitted to Hampi Kannada University, has been awarded a D.Litt degree. This study is especially important to the contemporary status of Carnatic music because it establishes its origin both in formal and style content to 15th-16th century. Dr. Madhukaram Prashant Iyengar was born into a family of musicians and scholars connected to the Mysore royal court. His musical journey began at the age of 5 with an intrinsic connection to the veena nurtured by his mother, Srimati Padmasani Narasimhachar. A direct descendant of the same composer Sri Tyagaraja, Prashant ji has enriched his music through rigorous training under the Mysore Subarna School of Veena. Prashant Iyengar is one of the few composers to have created compositions in all the 72 Melakarta ragas. He is the second youngest composer to achieve this feat after the legendary Dr. M. Balamurali Krishna. Dr. Prashant Iyengar successfully reconstructed the ancient Pundarika Vitala Mela Veena as described in the 16th century musical treatise Nartana Nirnaya. His live demonstration at India's premier cultural center, Indira Gandhi National Center for the Arts, was highly appreciated. We welcome you, sir. Our panelist for today, Shri V. Kutumba Shastri, Vedanta Visharada from Shri Kanchi Kamakoti Peetam, Bharati Tirtha Puraskar from Shri Shringeri Sharda Peetam, Vidvat Ratnam from Shri Pejavara Math, Udupi, recipient of Certificate of Honor from the Honorable President of India, former President of International Association of Sanskrit Studies, Paris, former Vice Chancellor of Rashtriya Sanskrit Sansthan, New Delhi, Sampurnanand Sanskrit University, Varanasi, and Shri Somnath Sanskrit University, Veraval, Gujarat. Infosys Chair Professor, Bhandarkar Oriental Research Institute, Pune. Presently, he is Chancellor, Shri Chandrasekharendra Saraswati Vishwa Mahavidyalaya, Yenathur, Kanchipuram, and National Professor, Indian Council of Philosophical Research, New Delhi. We are honored. We welcome you all, sir. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Neveli Shri Shantana Gopalan, sir, our panelist for today for the next panel as well, has graciously consented to have his august presence here and share his views on Sangita and Sāstras. He requires no introduction at all. We welcome you heartily, sir. Radhe Krishna.
Very, very honored today to have most distinguished 4 guests. They are the pillars of Sāstras, actually, as regards Sangita as well. They can talk on anything, any subject. But today, after the Nadaswara panel, we have Sangita from Sāstras. What does Shastra say about our Sampradaya Sangita? We would like you, Kudumba Shastri ji, to start a few words regarding Sangita from Sāstras.
To be very frank with you, all of you, I am a misfit in this panel. Maybe I have some good strength in somewhere else, but not in this field, in Sangita and Shastra, and to say about the relationship, because great scholars and also great luminaries are along with me, including Vishaka Hariji. But I could not deny when I have been asked to be here for one thing, that I wanted to meet personally Vishakahari Ammaji, because we have constantly observing her Kalakshepas and Harikathas and also concerts in TV and all that. It's a great opportunity. And also I am amongst the great, very great scholars of music. I am actually cannot say much about it. Only thing is, I want to say, Sangita Shastram is, as Vedas are Anadi, Sangita Shastram is also Anadi. It has no beginning as such. Because, you know, in Vedic recitation, the swara intonation is there, which is a kind of Sangita only. It may not be the same Saptaswara Sangita what we are giving in concerts and all that today, but Traiswarya is there. And in Samagana, it is a Gana. It is called Samaveda is Gana. To be very precise, there are no different mantras in Samaveda. All the mantras of Rigveda are adopted in the Samaveda, except a few 70 or 80 or 100 mantras separately. The rest of all around 2000 mantras have been taken only from the Rigveda. Then what is the difference? The difference is only Gana. Gana mode is called Samaveda, recitation mode is called Rigveda. There it is only Traiswarya, it is only Anudatta, Udatta and Swarita. Here some more swaras are added. How far they match with Saptaswaras or not, it's a matter of those scholars. Secondly, there is one Subhashitam, Shishurvetti, Pashurvetti, Vetti, Ganarasam, Phanihi. There is one more word, Uttarardha is there. Sahitya Rasamadhuryam Shankaro Vettiva Nava. Sahitya Rasamadhuryam Shankaro Vettiva Nava. Let us not discuss the Uttarardha today. The Shishurvetti, Pashurvetti, Vetti, Ganarasam Phanihi. The obvious meaning is well known to us and also well known to nowadays. Even some people are demonstrating it through YouTubes and all that. You might have gone through it. But there is one great Hari Nagabhushan Shastri Garu in my native place in Machilipatnam, who was also a Harikatha concert and all that, because he was popularizing that kind of music in those areas in Andhra Pradesh in my younger days. He gave a different explanation to this. Shishurvetti, it is Ganesha who knows the tattva of Sangita. Pashurvetti, it is Nandi who knows all about Sangita. Shishuhu Ganesha, Pashuhu Nandi, Vetti Ganarasam Phanihi, it is Adisesha who can appreciate and who can understand the Sangita. It is not in the realm of our human mundane to understand the real significance of Sangita. This is what the significance is told by that great Mahan. I heard it in my childhood. Shishurveti, both the meanings are valid. It is equally valid that Shishuhu is, we know that small children are always cooled down through Sangita only. And the Pashu, of course, gives a lot of attention and also reacts to Sangita. Phani is well known. Wherever there is a swara, it stops all other activities and listens to only Sangita and also nod to its this one. So this is one. But there is a second higher meaning also in that Ganesha, Nandikeshwara and Adisesha are three great exponents of Sangita, Sangita Tattva and all that. This, now when it comes to the Shastra, Veda is the foremost of the Shastras and Samaveda is Sangitatmaka, because in Mimamsa it is called Gitishu Samakhya. When it is Gita form, it is called Samaveda. It is told in Purvamamsa 2136. And Angushyam Sama. These two are Actually, Angushyam is a form of stotra or Giti rendering is called Angushyam. So, Vedas are Anadi or very old. Therefore, Sangita is also Anadi or very old. Either way you take it, some people do not satisfy if we say Anadi. Then there is one Udgata. In Yajna sacrifices, there is a Ritik called Udgata. His Ud means in higher tone, Gata. He sings the richas. The Samaveda, he only sings that he is a Samaga. Rigvedena hota, Yajurvedena dvaryuhu, Samen Udgata. Rigveda, Hotrasthana is held by Rigveda because all Riks are in Rigveda. Therefore, Hota should be Rigvedi. Yajurvedi is from Advaryu is from Yajurveda because how to do and what to do, all is described only in Yajurveda and only Yajurvedin is fit for that post. And Samena Udgata. Samavedi happens to be Udgata. And this Gama also, I am not though very clear, Gramagana, Aranyagana, Uhagana, Ukhyagana, there are 4 types of Samaganas. This, roughly speaking, Gramagana is popular Gana. Grama, in one sense, may mean village or Janapada and all that. In the other sense, the Grama, so Swarasamdoha is a Grama. Swarasamuha is called Grama. 3 Gramas are famous. That is Shadja, Madhyama and Gandhara. Shadja, Madhyama, Gandhara. Swarasandoha is Grama. So, Grama Gana. Aranya Gana is only, Aranya means secret. That is just like Upanishads. They are to be recited only in the Aranya Deshas and they are Upasanatmakas. Therefore, in Samaveda, Aranya Gana's number is very less, around 600, whereas around 1800 or something are in the Grama Gana. And Uha Gana, Ukhya Gana, a special privilege is given to Samavedins to modify the Rik also, which is not permitted in any Veda. You can't modify any single syllable or any single swara of any other Veda, but Samagas have got that.
So can that be called Manodharma?
Not Manodharma. Manodharma,
If it can be modified?
to facilitate the Rik singing in the musical mode.
Rik singing in the musical mode, do they have the right to change?
Changes are also prescribed, not as anybody cannot change it. Like in Sangita,
It is as per the prescribed
Swaraprastara
rules.
can be done according to Manodharma of the singer and go to any extent. That much of Swatantriya is not given, but ha, u. But this is not Rik, part of the Rik. It is intervened into the mantra. I am not a Samavedi. I cannot demonstrate it. And there are 6 ways of it. Modification.
6 ways of modification.
Agni. Agni is the Rik. Ognaye. Ognaye is told in Samveda. So one O is added to that. To give it, to facilitate the Rik to sing in a musical pattern. Rik is fixed. And the same Rik, in Traiswarya, we know Agnimi, Ile, Purohitam, Yajnasya, Deva, Mritvijam, Hota, Aram, Ratnadhata, Mam. This is the Vedic singing of recitation. Now, the same will be sung by Samavedins in a different way by allowing these 6. That's why they have been given, Sāstra has given Visleshana expansion. See, Vitaye are the 3 words, whereas in Samaveda, O, Yi, To, Ya, and Ya is also Dirgha and Yi. It is same as Vitaye, but they have given the chance
Expansion.
Then expansion and Vikarshana, then Ya, it is Dirgha as well as Pluta, and then Yi, it is only just one Ya. Only one Ya letter is sung in Ya with Dirgha and Pluta. Sorry, I cannot demonstrate. And then Yi again. These are 4, more than one matra, 2, 3, 3 plus 3, 6 plus 1, 7. 7 matras have come in the Samaveda, whereas Ya is only one single matra in the Rig Veda. That much of Vikarshana is possible there. Abhyasa, repetition is also allowed in Toyayi. Toyayi. Once again they say twice. Repetition. Abhyasa means repetition. Virama means pausing. Granano Havyadataye is Rigveda. Granano Havyadataye. Granano Havyadataye. They give some pause there.
Pause.
To facilitate
Virama.
music. So therefore, and Stobha. Stobha they add Auhova or Havu or according to the Shakas, there are several words that have been intermittently added into the mantras to facilitate to sing the same rik in the Gana fashion. So in this way, this is the origin of Indian music. There is no doubt about that.
Beautiful, beautiful. Origin of Indian music.
Is
Nobody
only-
could have explained this better than this.
Yeah.
Samaveda.
Samaveda. Therefore, thereafterwards, a Shastra has developed into very science, and then Sangita Ratnakara.
Vijayashri Margazhi Vaibhavam 2024. The program is brought to you by Cycle Pure Agarbatti, Prarthanayin Narmanam.
Namaskaram, Sri Nevali Santanagopalan sir. We have many treatises on Sangita Shastra. So, could you please enlighten us about some of those, some important treatises which deal with Sangita Shastra?
Namaste. There are so many scholars with me who will explain all those things because they are all well equipped. The point that I want to make is Tyagaraja's statement, Sangita Shastra Jnanamu Sarupya Saukyadame means Sangita Shastra Jnanamu Sarupya Saukyadame means Sarupyam, Samipyam, Salokyam, Sayujyam we know. Sarupyam is assuming the form of something else. Maybe God also is possible. So, Tyagaraja says, only when you know Shastra, Sangita Shastram, only when you become adept in that, you will understand the importance and the significance and the divinity of the subject so that you can assume the form of the composer, you can become the raga itself, why you can become the creator himself. So, the significance of reading, knowing, and listening. Listening is the best way because we don't have that much willpower and focus to read the Shastras and read. But here are 3 scholars, you know. For example, when Kutumba Shastri told about Samagana, we conducted one Vedanada Mahotsava, and take it from me, I had a notebook and pen and I allowed the Samagana to happen continuously with the flow, and believe me, I could take all the 7 notes out of Samagana because you were telling there are some other notes in Samagana. But for my ear, I could hear all the 7 notes. That is why Tyagaraja Swami says Samaveda Saram Varam Varam. There is a secret in that. Sarigama Padani. Why he stopped with that? That is a secret. Because if you listen to Samagana, அப்படி வரும் இல்லையா, அந்த மாதிரி தானே வரும். இப்போ இதை வந்து பாருங்க, சா அண்ட் பா ஆர் பிரகிருதி ஸ்வராஸ்னு பகவானே வச்சிருக்கார், சிவசக்தி மாதிரி. சான்னு வச்சுக்கோ, சரி கரி சனி, அதை அப்படியே ஷிஃப்ட் பண்ணி பதனி தப்பம்மா. அந்த சாமகானத்துக்கு மரியாதை கொடுக்கணுங்கிறதுக்காகவே நிஷாதத்தோடு நிறுத்திட்டார் அந்த ராகத்தை, சித்தரஞ்சனி. That is the very important point. Sarigama padani dapamagari sa சில பேர் ரொம்ப மேலெல்லாம் போவா, ஒன்றும் தப்பு கிடையாது, அது ஒரு உரிமை எடுத்துக்கிறது தான், ஒன்றும் தப்பு கிடையாது, தப்பே கிடையாது. பட் அந்த ஒரு சாமகானத்துக்கு ஒரு மரியாதை கொடுக்கணும். அதுலேருந்து வந்தது 7 ஸ்வரங்கள் அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு மரியாதைக்கு அந்த சாஸ்திரத்தை மதித்து அவர் பண்ணியிருக்காருங்கிற விஷயத்த நான் இப்போ சொல்கிறேன். இந்த கிரந்தங்கள் விஷயங்கள் அவளே சொல்லுவாள். நமஸ்காரம்.
அதுதான் சாம சப்தகம்னு சொல்றல சார்.
சப்தகம்,
சாம சப்தகம்.
சாம சப்தகம். ஒண்டர்ஃபுல்,
wonderful sir, that was a great revelation.
சாமகானத்துலேருந்து தான் சங்கீதம் வந்திருக்குங்கிறதுக்கு இது ஒரு ப்ரூஃப். தேங்க்யூ.
கிருஷ்டா பிரதமா த்விதீயா திருத்தீயா சதுர்த்தா அந்த 4 சங்கியிலே போயிடுத்து. கிருஷ்டான்னா அப்பரண்ட் மீனிங் என்னன்னா கொஞ்சம் இழுக்கிறதுன்னு அர்த்தம், எக்ஸ்பேண்ட் பண்ணுறதுன்னு அர்த்தம். கிருஷ்டா பிரதமா த்விதீயா திருத்தீயா சதுர்த்தா மந்திரா அண்ட் அதிஸ்வாரா ஆர் 7 notes ஆஃப் சாமன் அனி சாமவேதத்திலேயே 7 notes இருக்கிறதா இருக்கு. அதுக்கும் இந்த சப்தஸ்வரங்களுக்கும் ரிலேஷன் எப்படி இருக்கு எதுன்றதெல்லாம் வித்வான்கள் தான் ஆராய்ச்சி பண்ணி.
In Srimad Bhagavata Ekadasha Skandha, which happens to be the Pranan of Sri Anna, our Gurunatha, in that it is mentioned Gramya Geetam na Shruniyat Yatir Vanacharah Kvachit. So is there any specific restrictions about a student or a practitioner of Sangeetam not to hear to other genres of music, Sangeetam?
கிராமிய கீதம் அதுக்கு சான்ஸ்கிரிட் டிக்ஷனரியில் ஒரு மீனிங் இருக்குது. கிராமியம்ன்றது பின்ன காலத்தில் இருந்து வந்து இருக்கிற ஒரு விசேஷமான ஒரு வேர்டு விச் வாஸ் யூஸ்ட் ஃபார் ப்ளெஷர். ப்ளெஷர் அப்படி வச்சுக்கலாம். அதுக்கு இன்னும் கூடுமார்க்கம் இருக்கு. ப்ளெஷர் அது இன்னும் கூடுமார்க்கம் இருக்கு. அது நம்மளுக்கு டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணாதமே இருக்கிறது நல்லது. இதுக்காக தட் இஸ் சம் ரிலேட்டட் டு அதர் திங்ஸ். பட் in the past every music was given certain position. இப்போ ஆத்தியாத்மிக சங்கீதம் நான் ஆத்தியாத்மிக சங்கீதம் என்று 2 வச்சுக்கலாம். ஆத்தியாத்மிக சங்கீதம் என்ன அனக்கா those which we have connection with the God. இன்னொன்று லௌகிகமான சங்கீதம். லௌகிகத்தில் என்ன நாயக்கா நாயக்கி பாவம் வரலாம், அதுலேயும் பரமாத்மனை நம்மளை ஸ்மரிச்சுக்கலாம். அது விட்டாக்கா அதெல்லாம் லௌகிகமான விஷயங்களை கூட அந்த தத்துவங்களை சொல்ல விஷயமும் உண்டு. அப்படி ஒன்று வச்சிடணும்னாக்கா இது கிராமிய சங்கீதம் என்றது அரிஷட் வர்க்கங்களுக்கு சீமிதமான ஒரு விஷயம். அரிஷட் வர்க்கங்கள்னாக்கா என்ன அதான் சொல்றது வந்தேன். காமக்ரோத லோப மோக மதமாச்சரியாதிகளுக்கு சம்பந்தப்பட்டன கீதைகள்.
அது கிராமிய கீதம் சொல்லப்பட்டது. doesn't mean folk music or doesn't mean மக்கள் இசை. அதை தப்பா நினைக்க கூடாது. that is almost equivalent to our divine music. that
correct. அது
கீதம் is pleasure, காமக்ரோத.
ஆமா அது நம்ம என்னன்னாக்கா because Sanskrit is a very very good language. it propounds lot of meaning. இப்போ நம்மள ஃபோக் மியூசிக் கண்டு வச்சனாக்க ரொம்ப தப்பாயிடும். it is not that. பட் நம்மோட அத்தியாயத்தில் நம்மள புரிஞ்சுன்னு இருக்கிறது என்னன்னாக்கா கிராமிய சங்கீதம் வந்து பிகாஸ் இந்த பாஸ்ட் இப்போ ரீசெண்டாக அவங்க கிராமிய சங்கீதம் யாரும் கூப்பிட மாட்டான். இந்த ரீசெண்டாக ஆல் தீஸ் கிராமிய சங்கீதம் இஸ் மென்ஷன் இன் த ஏன்ஷியன்ட் ட்ரீடைசஸ் லைக் சங்கீத ரத்னாகரா அண்ட் வாச்சத்துணி பிரகாஷிகா அண்ட் பரதன் வந்து ரொம்ப டிஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணுறான் கிராமிய சங்கீதத்தை. பட் நம்மளு இந்த காலத்துல வந்து புடிச்சோம்னா கிராமிய
பாப் மியூசிக் ஆர் ராக் மியூசிக் ஆர் ஜாஸ் மியூசிக்
இப்போ என்ன ஆகுது இந்த காலத்து வழியில நம்ம அதெல்லாம் சொல்ற போனாக்கா தப்பாயிடும். பிகாஸ் இந்த காலத்துல எந்த லெவலுக்கு வந்து இருக்கோம்னாக்கா கர்நாடிக் ஜாஸ் ஊத்திட்டு இருக்கு. புரிஞ்சுது?
கர்நாடிக் ஜாஸ்
அந்த கர்நாடிக் ஜாஸ் என்ற பதமும் உபயோகத்துக்கு வந்து இருக்கு. ஆனாலே எது சொல்லலாம் எது சொல்லக்கூடாதுன்றது ஒரு பார்டர் லைன்ல திங்க் பண்ற யோசனா சக்தி நம்மளுக்கு இப்போ வேணுமா இருக்கு. அது பக்கத்துல நம்ம பக்கத்துல மகா பெரியவாளெல்லாம் உக்காந்து இருக்கா இங்க அவரு தான் சொல்லணும். எதுக்கானாக்கா இந்த காலத்துல எதனா சொல்றது போனாக்கா அதே ஒரு இஷ்யூ ஆயிடும். டிவில வருவான் why is this person is speaking about pop music.
Shankara TV is taking it live sir.
அதான் ஒரு ப்ராப்ளம் ஆயிடும். In order to avoid controversies I will say our Karnataka music, to be very frank, is that music which was propounded to be spiritual. And it was spiritual and it is spiritual because people may divert it towards other areas, but Karnataka Sangeetam was meant to be with the God and live with the God and experience God. There is nothing other than that. Other than that, if one needs to be in the Laukika see, when human being takes birth on this earth, I keep listening to the Anna's lecture. We are not so fortunate to meet him. And when I say people take avatars in different regions, and Krishna Baby Mama was that avatara which profounded bhakti among people. And that is extended to people like Ranganji and Ishakariji. And we are fortunate that. And bhakti enge kaanum? Bhakti enge kaanum bhakti endradhukku ennano oru love. It is the purest form of love endradhu. And the bhaktiyale sangeetham enna? Sangeethathode we can attain that bhakti. And Sakti is the only form that can take us closer to the God and Karnataka Sangita is for that. So Gramya Sangeetam is that and Karnataka Sangeetam is this. Thank you so much.
So there is another fact to this. Gramya Geetam na Shrunuyat. There is an association of the Aranyakanda. And just before that, Rama is taken by his host to the Matangashrama in the Ramayana. While he describes the greatness of Matangashrama. Matanga is a Sangita Rishi in Ramayana. While going, he says, what are the musical genre that the Matanga has abhorred, that it should not be sung in his ashrama, where this prasakti comes. And later in the actual Aranyakanda, when Rama takes a sojourn, in many of his discussions with the Lakshmana, all these things come. Why Gramya Geetam na Shrunuyat is that these people, these two divine brothers, are in a sojourn. They are doing a tapas. Just now they have lost their father, they have lost their kingdom, and they have become vimukha from their most dearest and cherished people. They have to live in an aranya. For that they need great focus. That is the spiritual focus they need. Even to sustain the avatara, the Rama does the tapas in the Aranyakanda. There, why Gramya Geetam na Shrunuyat? There is a special connotation for this Gramyata. They were actually saying the vulgarity of some of the art forms which existed during this. And also it means colloquial. What is colloquial? What is present to that Deshakala? In their journey, they were going through a lot of places, you see. In that, there are a lot of, the Ramayana actually is a compendium of many musical instances. The Vamshikas of Ramayana is worth studying by our young research scholars. Various instrumentarium that is mentioned in the Ramayana is to be studied. It is the least thing done. And another thing is the prasakti of mamsa. Mamsa actually means that which causes tamas or the rajasa in the people. That is why the mamsa was abhorred.
So
Mamsa,
can we conclude, sir, that true Nadopasakas who want to attain God, Paramahamsas, are abstained from listening to such vulgar music? Gramya Geetam na Shrunuyat will probably be related to Paramahamsas. Paramahamsya Samhitas?
No. Gramyata simply means in your spiritual sojourn, you have to have your own identity in the kind of music that you have already born to learn and
Beautiful,
learning
sir.
and doing the tapas.
So you need to have principles in your own practice of music so that you can have Sarupya, as Neveli sir said, Sangita Shastra Jnanamu Sarupya.
See, the performance, Shikshana, Amoda, Pramoda, it is prescribed in the 10th century Shastra Grantha. It is mentioned in the Chalakya Someshwara's Grantha, it is mentioned. Shikshana, Amoda and Pramoda is the prime purpose of any concert. Shikshanam eva, that is the only thing that is to be learned while getting the music into your heart. So this, our both the great historical things, stances, that is the Mahabharata as well as the Ramayana, portray ably, and the compendium of that can be found in the Vishnu Dharmottara Purana.
Can you please explain Amoda and Pramoda, sir? Siksha we can understand. Can you please explain what Amoda and Pramoda mean?
Amoda is that the root is the Muda. What,
Muda, happiness.
What makes your heart merge with the performance?
Ah.
What makes you, while listening to the music, in your heart, and in that heart you see your Atman, that is Amoda. Pramoda is what makes you and the musician sweat immediately. There is a Shrama.
Shrama, Parishrama.
That is the Pramoda that they are talking about. In Kannada, ಹಾಡೋರು ಮೈ ಬೆವರಳಿದು ಕೇಳೋರು ಮೈ ಬೆವರಳಿಯತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. Listener also, singer is shedding sweat.
కష్టం కేకర వాళ్ళకు కష్టం పాడర వాళ్ళకు కష్టం కేకర వాళ్ళకే ఇన్నో కష్టం రెండుమే.
This is, as a classical musician, I'm saying this, that sometimes this is also desirable in some music concerts. I have got nothing against it. If you have to learn, if you have to trace our music to Veda, I request you humbly to take 3 levels that is traceable in Veda, right from Rig Veda. The very first Aranyaka, in Kaushitaki Aranyaka of Veda, you will find the word Sangeyasi. I am going to, if you want, I will say that. And the other thing is Kadu, Turiya, and Sangeya. That is how you have to. In Medin Sutra, it takes the meaning of Vishwakarma, and in Hemachandra's Bhave Prayoga, it takes on the meaning of Shilpa. That it all was taken into consideration. Karoti iti karu, Krvapajimiti iti nirvachanaha unadi sutre. All these things are taken. I am not going to bore you with this. I have got this. My Tamil is not very good. My English is little better. If you scold me in Tamil, I will understand. That's all I know about. So, let me not bore you with this language. And these people are speaking beautiful, magnificent. My God, Tamil, when you speak Tamil, I hear music. And see, there is, in a Ashwamedha Yaga, a composition was set amongst various poet-singers. See, there are poet-singers. This line in Matanga's Brihad Deshi is called Prichaka Rushi. This line in the same text is called Vachaka Rushi. So, the samvada between the Prichaka Rushi and the Vachaka Rushi is Shastra, Sangita Shastra. See, in the extempore Karus called Brahmodya, the Ashwagandha Yaga had to happen. The Mukhya Hotra, that is the Yajurveda Pandita, who knows the Taittiriya Pratishakya, to do all the Ucharana of the mantra in its proper swara. It is actually called swara. What happens in between Laukika Gana and Veda Gana is, in Veda Gana, the Shruti Pramana is Apakarshana. That's why it starts with Krishna. That's what he said. In Sangeeta Gana, it is Urdhva Krishna. The 4th Shruti is Shajja. So, from 1st to the 4th, but the Shajja expresses itself in the 4th Shruti. That is the Urdhva Karshana. And the resonance and everything comes, and let me not go. In the Gana, the Brahmodya Gana is mentioned in the and such a person is also called as Vagyayakara. In Atharva Veda, Karavya is used in the episode where Rik was sung for a ritualistic purpose. And Kalyanam, Etad Yajamanaha Tincha Kalyanam Karma Kurvanti, Tat Karavya So when the Mukhya man is doing a ritualistic thing, these Karavyas were to be sung. How? In the 7 apakarshanas. The first apakarshana, the minimum that you can do is the shadja, and from there, the 7 karshanas, apakarshana. Actually, the tara shadja is already fixed. From there, it has to come down to the basic minimum, and from there, from the tara shadja, it takes the minus those shrutisthānas. That is how the great Professor V. Raghavan, in his article published by the Chennai Academy, Madras Music Academy of the yesteryears, has brought out this, and he traces such calculations to our Prasiddha Raga, and you know already what is that? Katahara Priya. And
Kutumba
Naradiya
Shastri
Shiksha,
has-
Savadana, everything is there. Let me not bore you too much, but in Veda there are hundreds and thousands of mention of, in all the Chaturvedas, including Atharva Veda, all the Chaturvedas, the instances of music is there.
விஜயஸ்ரீ மார்கழி வைபவம் 2024. The program is brought to you by Cycle Pure அகர்பத்தி, பிரார்த்தனையின் நறுமணம்.
Aradhana has a question for you, Ji.
Namaste Mahodaya. So now coming to the connection of Sangita in Sahitya Shastram. Firstly, we have the Kavya Prayojanam mentioned as Kavyam Yashasertha Krite Vyavahara Vide, and the same verse concludes with Kanta Sammitataya Upadesha Yuje. So through this it is evident that Kavyas, the Kavya Prayojana, apart from the Katha Bhaga, it also includes Lokaniti, Upadeshas, and what is right, Vyavahara. So could you kindly give us examples of references to Sangeetam in Sahitya Shastra specific to Kavyas, such as that of Kalidasa, Bhavabhuti, etc. And do these references also include the origin, the importance of Sangeeta, and the way of doing Upasana of Sangeeta?
See, in Kavya, we have got a Bhishmacharya here. He is the man to speak. But fortunately, there is an escape for me. That is, from Sangita Shastra, in relation to the Sangita. It is very easily understandable. See, what happened when the Veda Gana inspired the Laukika Gana, which we call as Sangita or Sangeya now. The thing is, there was a transition. In the Sahitya, what was Rasa was seen as Nada in Sangita. You go to any Sangita Shastra Grantha or Sangita Shastra Vyakhyana, in any Sangita Shastra Vakyartha, the Rasa is taken in tandem with Nada. And this was enshrined not in Veda, but in a subservient Vedanga, say in the Agama, the Tantragama. Especially when the Tantragama portrayed the Shaktagama, the Nada was there. Umapati wrote the Aumapatam Sangita Shastra Grantha. In the Sangita Shastra Grantha, where he answers a very beautiful question, Shiva answers Parvati. He says, Parvati asks the question, Ayya, Mahadeva, Mahesha, what happens when the entire Srishti, all the world, implodes and becomes Sukshmati Sukshma? And then Mahesha, with great love towards his Maheshani, says, only a question rich as this come from you, Maheshani, because you are the Shakti, I am the Sthanu. Without your Shakti, I cannot answer this question. So what happens is, when the entire Sthanu becomes imploded and becomes Sukshmati Sukshma, Nada will be there. This is the basis of all Tantra Shastra Grantha, all the Tantra
That is
mantras.
why that is the theory of sound is the basis of all creation. So Nada is the basis of all creation, and Kamban also says, Moolamantirathai Mutrum Ramanamathai
Nada comes
Mummaishal Ulahukkellam Moolamantirathai.
Nada comes with Nada as its dhatu, the flow in this Nada. But what happens, to answer that question is, look, in Sangita, you get meaning, you get feeling, you get some sort of an awareness. What happens is, it is avyakta. In Sahitya, Nishchitartha, the lexicon meaning is there in Sahitya. That is why the rasa can be very easily discussed in Sahitya. So, in tandem, what the Chaturdandi Prakashika and previous authors did was to get that. They created Ragadandi and they created the Alapa Dandi. There is a level in which Alapa has to come. Here is where the Thaya comes in. The Thaya had to be sung in order to establish the raga from the Nada point of view. And then comes the Rupaka Dandi. And in that Rupaka Dandi, they are actually singing Saptaswaras in with set to talas, but the audience will feel the meaning. How they will relate this nada to their own life, to their own samskara, and make meaning out of it. That is the kind of ahata nada rasa that the Chaturdandis people were talking about. So all that rasa tattva that is applied to Sahitya is only tangential that can be applied to Sangita.
She was asking Kudumba Shastriji about Kalidasa's reference and Bhavabhuti's reference. Any kavyas where there is reference to Sangita, sir?
Actually, scores of them are there, and there is no depth of references to Sangita in the kavyas and all that. In the shortest period, nowadays memory is failing, so I could able to collect 3-4, and of course time also will not permit me to go into more. Kalidasa has used Sangita, mentioned Sangita. Okay. And then Magha also has got some beautiful slokas. That first of all, since Nada is discussed right now, I want to go to Sangita Ratnakara, which is a standard text. There, Chaitanyam Sarvabhutanam Vivrutam Jagadatmana Nada Brahma Tadanandam Advitiya Mupasmahe. If we understand this one sloka, the entire significance of Sangita Shastra will be known to everyone in crystal clarity. It is Nada and Advitiya Brahman are not two different entities. What is told in the Upanishads as Advitiya Brahman is only Nada. Nada ultimately, it has a sound, it has got Vivruti. The single one Advitiya Brahman has manifested into the universe and all those creations. Panchabhuta and Sukshma Prapancha and Sthola Prapancha, Sthola Sarira, Sukshma Sarira, Karana Sarira, and then Chaturdasha Bhuvana and the universe. All this is Vivruta. All this is manifested from one single entity called the Brahman. Now, put off the word Brahman, put the Nada in its place, the entire universe is only a Vivruta, that is a manifestation of Nada. And when it is withdrawn, only that one Nada that remains. That is what Mundakopanishad, Om, in all three avasthas, Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti, Akara, Vukara, Makara, and when these all three avasthas are withdrawn, there is no Jagrata avastha, there is no Swapna avastha, there is no Sushupti avastha, then Turiya avastha, that remains only one Nada Matra, Om, just. So, therefore, actually Mandukya Upanishad also helps us to understand the Nada significance. And Chaitanyam Sarvabhutanam Vivrutam Jagadatmana. The Samashti Chaitanya of all the bhutas, bhutas means living organisms, and all, not only men and women, all living forms of organisms, that is Nada Brahma Tad Ananda Mupasmahe. That is the Nada Brahma. What is there in common in all the living beings is the Shuddha Chaitanya. Let me not, see, time will not permit to go to those nuances to explain now. See, the Shuddha Chaitanya, in one form of Shuddha Chaitanya, all 84 lakh crores of pranis are only one. That is what is Advaita says. It's not that there are no distinctions. It's not that there is no man and woman distinction. There are distinctions, but they are only, that's why Shankara Bhagavad called it mithya. They are only apparently they manifest and they go into, merge into the Shuddha Chaitanya. This Shuddha Chaitanya Swarupa is the Brahman. That's why Jivo Brahmaiva Napara. The Jiva means not me is not the Brahman. My pure consciousness is one and the same of the pure consciousness of Advitiya Brahman. That is what it means.
Is that why we say Nada Brahmam?
Nada Brahman.
Nada Brahmam. So Nadam itself is Brahmam.
Brahman.
Nadam itself is divine. It is not equivalent to any other sound. Nada Brahmam.
Nada Brahmam. Tad Anandam.
Tadat.
That is only
Absolute Anandam. Absolute Turiya Samadhi Sthiti.
It has no iota of any other feeling than bliss and bliss alone. Anandam. And that is one alone. Advitiyam. Again there no nama and rupa. No names and no forms. But it becomes only nada. Nada Brahma Tadanandam Advitiyam Upasmahe.
Wonderful, sir. That was a beautiful quotation, and Sangita Ratnakara gives this. So that is why from Sangita Ratnakara we have this, that Nadam, it's Brahmam.
And one more significance also one should be understood. Nadopasanaya devaha Brahma Vishnu Maheshwaraha bhavanti upasita. All gods are only can be propitiated only through the Nadopasana. There are several kinds of upasanas, but Nadopasana is the surest and also very simplest and also very perfect way of attaining the upasana of God. Why? He says a reason. You should understand that. Yasmat yete tadatmaka. Yete Brahma Vishnu Maheshwaraha Yasmat tadatmakaha nadatmakaha tasmat te upasya bhavanti nadena natu bhinnena.
Neveli, sir,
This
you
is
wanted
what
to
is,
say something.
this is what Tyagaraja Swami says.
Nada Tanumanisham Shankaram. Okay.
Shankaram namami me manasa vachasa nada tanumanisham. Even our Swara also has taken Sarigama Padhani. Why he stopped there with
Correct.
Nishada and all that.
Please continue.
I have
Neveli, sir,
something
has a
to
point.
Add to what Kudumba Shastri told. Tyagaraja Swami enlists the list of gods who are already reveling in music. See, we propitiate gods through music. Okay. You go to their Sannidhi and what they are doing, they are reveling in music. So, Nadatmakam Jagat. So, Kamala Gauri, all the gods, Vagishwari, Vidhi, Garuda Dhwaja, Ellarme, Skandan, Ganapati, Bharata, also Bharata Munipati Solirkar. Kashyapa, Ellame Verde. Garuda, Pulla Padina Put.
Nadalorudelio,
Brahmananda,
Surapati, Sharajan, Magane,
Sadi.
Muni, sages, everybody, all the tapasvis, Nadatale, Ella Mudunjodu.
Ellame Mudunjodu. Kalidasas Devi Shamala Navaratnaka Malika Stotram. There is one shlokam. Sarigama Padhaniratam Tam, Veena Sankranta, Kanta Hassam Tam, Shantam, Mrudula Swantam, Kuchabharatam Tam, Namami Shivakanta. Sarigama Padhana Vasinde Ambal, Anandamarka, Shantamarkan. Idile எனக்கு ஒரு இன்டர்பிரேஷன் தோணும். என்னன்னா சாந்தமா இருக்கும்போது பாடணும்னு கூட தோணாது. ஏன்னா ரசம் வரும்போது தான் பாட்டுங்கிறதே வருது. சாந்தமா இருக்கிறவனுக்கு எதுவுமே வேண்டாம். அவனே நாதமாத்மகமா இருக்கான். அப்போ இந்த சரிகம பதனை மூலம் ரசானுபவங்கள் எல்லாம் ஏற்படுத்தி கொண்டு அதன் மூலம் கிடைக்கக்கூடிய ஈக்வி பாய்ஸ்னால ஒரு சாந்தமயமான ஒரு அதான் மதுமத மோதித ஹிருதயே சதையே மகா தேவ சுந்தரேச பிரிய அதில் வருது. அது மாதிரி அந்த சத்தஸ்வர உபாசனையினால தெய்வங்களே ஆனந்தமா இருக்கிற நாதோபாசனச்சே சங்கர நாராயண விதுலு வெலசிரி ஓ மனசா அவ்வளவுதான்.
Self-same Shananga Deva says, नादेन व्यज्यते पदं पदं वर्णात् पदात् वचः वचसो व्यवहारो अयं नादाधीनमतो जगत्. That's exactly what Tyagaraja says also.
That nada is also defined. Nada, there are two letters. So anate prananarthasya, anapranane, that is one. And dahater daha karmana, burning. Dahati, dahadhatu has got the meaning of burning. Anadhatu has got the meaning of prana, that is vayu sanchara, anapranane. So this nada is the combination of this. That means what is the essential swarupa of nada is one, this vayu sanchara should be there in the nabhi region, and then there must be a fire. Actually burning should be there, because our rishis are also scientists. You know, whenever there is a burning in any place, vayu accumulates more in degree in that place because of consumption of oxygen and vacuum and all that. Scientists will explain in their own way, but that's why vayu is called Agni Sakha. Where Agni Sakha, he is the friend of, closest friend of Agni is vayu, because wherever there is Agni, vayu accumulates there.
That is why Tyagaraja Swami sings Prananalasam Yogamu
Tyagaraja
Mokshamu. He is a scientist. Tyagaraja Swami is a scientist.
சங்கீத ரத்னாகரத்தில் உள்ள எல்லாத்தையும் இறக்கி விட்டுட்டார். அதில் சோபில்லு சப்தஸ்வராலே கூட அவர் என்ன சொல்றார், நாபி ஹிருத் கண்ட ரசனா நாசாதி அப்படின்னு சொல்றார். இந்த நாதமானது இந்த நாபிஸ்தானத்திலிருந்து வரும். இங்க பாணினி சாஸ்திரா அண்ட் சங்கீதான்னு சொன்னீங்களோ இல்லையோ, பாணினி சிக்ஷையில பாணினி மகர்ஷி கூட இதுதான் சொல்லிருக்கார். பாணினி சிக்ஷையில என்ன சொல்லிருக்காரோ அதே தான் சங்கீத ரத்னாகரத்தில் இங்கே இருக்கு. நான் ரெண்டையும் ஒரு 2 நிமிஷம் எடுத்துக்கின்னு சொல்கிறேன். அதாவது எப்படி நாம் உச்சாரணம் பண்ணுறோம், எப்படி நம்ம வாக்கு அசல் சப்தமானது வாயிலிருந்து எப்படி வருதுன்றதை பற்றி 3000 வருஷங்களுக்கு முன்னாடி பாணினி மகர்ஷி எழுதி வச்சிருக்கார். இன்னைக்கு சயின்டிஸ்டுகளுக்கு தெரியுமோ தெரியாதோ எனக்கு தெரியாது, இருந்தாலும் அது மட்டும் பர்ஃபெக்ட். அது என்னன்னா, ஒரு விவக்ஷை சொல்லணும்ன்ற ஒரு காமனை ஏற்படுறது. எப்போவாவது எந்த ஒரு காமனை ஏற்பட்டாலும் அந்த காமனையினால அக்னி ஏற்படும். அது அக்னின்னா உடனே நீங்கள் ஏதோ தகிச்சுடும் சுட்டுடும் அப்படிலாம் நினச்சிக்காதீங்க. ஒரு தேஜஸ் அங்கே உண்டாருது. காமனையோடு உங்களுக்கு அக்னி வருது. நீங்கள் கொஞ்சம் கண்ணை மூடி யோசனை பண்ணி பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, உத்கட்டமான காமனை இருக்கும்போது அப்படியே உடம்பெல்லாம் ஜெலிச்சுன்னு இருக்குன்னு வர்ணிச்சுன்னு இருக்கா கவிகள். நம்மளுக்கும் அனுபவத்தில் இருக்கு அதெல்லாம். அதனால அதில் ஒன்றும் பெரிய விசேஷம் கிடையாது. அதனால இந்த விவக்ஷையினால ஒரு அக்னி வருது. அந்த அக்னி நாபிஸ்தானத்தில் வந்ததும் தத காயா அக்னி மாஹந்தி ச பிரேரயதி மாருதம். அந்த காயாக்னி ஒரு இங்கே வாயு அக்யூமுலேட் ஆகும். அதான் நா தா தகனம், தாகம், ஒரு விதமான பர்னிங் ஆஃப் ஃபயர் எலிமெண்ட். அந்த ஃபயர் எலிமெண்ட் வந்ததும் ஏர் எலிமெண்ட் வந்துடுறது, வாயு எலிமெண்ட் வந்துடுறது. அந்த வாயு அங்கே அக்யூமுலேட் ஆனது வெளியில வரணும். எப்படி வரணும் அப்படின்னாக்கா, நாபிஸ்தானத்திலிருந்து ஹிருதயஸ்தானத்துக்கு ஹிருதயஸ்தானத்திலிருந்து கண்டஸ்தானத்துக்கு கண்டஸ்தானத்திலிருந்து வெளியிலே வரும்போது இந்த கேவிட்டியில் உள்ள பல பாகங்களை அந்த வாயு போய் ஸ்ட்ரைக் பண்ணும்போது நமக்கு காக்கா காக்கா அம்மா நான் இதெல்லாம் வருது. அதுதான் அக்குஹ விசர்ஜனியானாம் கண்டஹான்னு பாணினி சொல்றது. முதல்ல நமக்கு வருது கண்டஸ்தானம் தான் சொல்லிருக்காரு அவர். அது எதுன்னா காக்கா காக்கா. நீங்க உச்சரிச்சு பாருங்கோ, கண்ட பிரயத்தனம் இல்லாம நீங்க காக்கா காக்கா சொல்ல முடியாது. அப்படியே யுச்சேஷானாம் தாலுன்னு சொல்லிருக்கார். இதெல்லாம் பெரிய சயின்ஸ். பாணினி எல்லாம் சிக்ஷையில நிறைய சொல்லிருக்கார். இதுல இந்த பிரம்ம சாட்சா்காரம் நயறதுக்கு ஞான வைராக்கிய மூலகமா வைராக்கிய சம்பத்தி யாருக்கு இருக்கோ அவங்களுக்கு ஞான மார்க்கம் மூலியமா அத்வைதாத்மக சாட்சா்காரம்ன்றது அத்வைத்திகள் நாங்க சொல்றோம். இது தவிர யோகிகள் என்ன சொல்றா, தியான யோக அஷ்டாங்க யோகம் துவாரா சமாதி ஸ்திதியிலே பரமாத்ம சாட்சா்காரம் வருதுன்னு யோகம் சொல்றா. இந்த யோகா ரொம்ப நமக்கு எல்லாருக்கும் பொருத்தமாகவும் இருக்கு. ஏன்னா வைராக்கியம் அவ்வளவு ஈஸியா வரதில்லை. இங்க சங்கீத ரத்னாகரத்துல ஒரு விஷயம் சொல்றாரு, அது மட்டும் சொல்லி முடிச்சுடுறேன். தியானம் ஏகாகிர சித்தைக சாத்தியம். தியானமானது ஏகாகிரமான சித்தத்தினால சாத்தியப்படுகிறது. அது ந சுகரம் ருணாம். அப்படி அந்த அளவுக்கு நாம நினைச்ச அளவுக்கு மனுஷாளுக்கு சாமான்யமா கூட வருது இல்லை. வைராக்கியமும் அப்படிதான். அதனால இந்த 2 மார்க்கம் போச்சுன்னா என்னடா மார்க்கம்னா, தஸ்மாத் அத்திர சுகோபாயம் ஸ்ரீமன் நாத மனா. இங்க எல்லா உபாயங்களிலும் பிரம்ம சாட்சா்காரத்துக்கு வேண்டிய உபாயங்கள் எல்லாத்திலையும் காட்டிலுமே இந்த நாதோபாசனன்றது தான் ஒரு ஸ்திரமான, உச்சிதமான, சரளமான, யோக்கியமான, டெஃபினட்டான மார்க்கம் அப்படின்னு சங்கீத ரத்னாகரத்தில் சொன்னதாக நான்.
Thank you so much, sir. One last question for all our Vijayashri students as youngsters. What Sangita Shastram should they know? அவங்களுக்கு என்னெல்லாம் தெரிஞ்சிருக்கணும்?
Before that, I would like to do a smarana of Brahma Vidya Stotram, which is of prime importance here. Because having been explained about the Nada, Pranavanada Janita, Trishaktirbhiryuta Shruti-layantargata Gayatri Mantasara Chaturvimshati Shruti Devatadisthita Shodasha Shrutyalankೃತ Saptavyarata Hirjanita Shadjadi Saptaswara Namabhiryuta Rigyajas Samaveda Sara Gayatri Mantarupini Parapara Parashukata Turiya Varada Nada Yogini मनोन्मणि नादोपासन ब्रह्म विद्या रूपिणी श्री ललिता शारदा श्यामणा पूर्ण ब्रह्म शक्तिम उपास्मये. இதுக்கு வியாக்கியானம் சொல்றோமானாக்கா 3 மணி நேரம் வேணும். அதனால 3 மணி நேரம் நம்ம அம்மா நம்மள கொடுத்தில்ல.
I have made a very great mistake, sir. நான் நாதஸ்வர வித்வான்களுக்கு ஒரு பூரா டே, இந்த சங்கீத சாஸ்திர வித்வான்ஸ்க்கு ஒரு பூரா டே, அந்த மாதிரி ஒன் ஹோல் டே. பிகாஸ் ஒவ்வொருத்தருமே ஒரு என்சைக்ளோபீடியா விக்கிபீடியாக்கு மேல ஒரு பெரிய பெரிய நிதி கோஷத்தை நான் 4-5 நிதி கோஷத்தை ஒரே மணி நேரத்துக்குள்ள நான் ஃபிட் பண்ண ட்ரை பண்ணது. ஒரு பெரிய கடலையும் மலையும் எங்கேருந்து தூரக்கத்துலேருந்து பார்க்கறதுக்கு கூட முடியாத டைம் அந்த மாதிரி இருக்கு. But for want of time, I really beg your pardon. All of you, I can just see you as all. Ellaru periya periya mala. Literally, Vijayashri is so blessed to even have you on stage here.
But we are all grateful. Vijayatam Vijayashri.
So with that, we are really, really blessed and honored to honor all of you on stage. Panelists,
விஜயஸ்ரீ மார்கழி வைபவம் 2024. The program is brought to you by Cycle Pure Agarbatti. பிரார்த்தனையின் நறுமணம்.